Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that every step you take, every service you use, every move you make depends on one thing: a government-issued digital ID. This isn't science fiction. It's a reality Britain could soon face under Prime Minister Keir Starmer, and today we at England. Now 7 are going to break it down for you. The plan is simple on paper but explosive in impact. Starmer's government is preparing to roll out mandatory digital IDs for everyone legally resident in the UK. That includes British citizens, permanent residents, and visa holders. The idea is that this single digital ID will become the key to prove your right to work, to rent a flat, and potentially to access public services. Source Reuters. Sounds efficient, doesn't it? But here's the catch. Critics argue that this isn't about convenience or security at all. It's about embedding the state into every corner of our daily lives. They warn that digital IDs would shift the balance of power away from the people and firmly into the hands of government. This is why organizations and civil liberty campaigners are calling it a dangerous step towards surveillance society. Source Financial Times. And there's more. The government is also exploring alternatives for housing asylum seekers in military or industrial sites rather than hotels. In the bigger picture, digital IDs would be linked to these efforts, preventing people from working or renting unless the state approves. This is not just about immigration, it's about reshaping the very relationship between people and the government. Source Reuters civil rights groups like Big Brother Watch have issued stark warnings. They argue that once such a system is in place, it rarely ever gets rolled back. Instead, databases grow, surveillance expands, and personal freedom shrinks. This isn't the hallmark of a free democracy, they say. It's the architecture of a state that fears its citizens and wants to control them. Source Big Brother Watch. Now let's pause for a moment and bring you into the conversation. Imagine being asked to show a digital ID every time you open a bank account, apply for a job, rent a flat, or even seek medical care. Would you accept this trade-off for so-called safety, or would you see it as a step too far into government control? Share your thoughts in the comments below because your voice matters. Let's dig deeper into the risks. First, a centralized database of millions of identities would be a prime target for hackers. A single breach could expose sensitive details of countless people. Second, it risks excluding vulnerable groups like the elderly, people without digital access, or those struggling to navigate technology. Third, and perhaps most concerning, this scheme has not been put to a democratic vote. No mandate, no manifesto, no debate. Yet here it is being prepared behind closed doors. Think also of the political dangers. Governments change, and so do their intentions. What begins as a tool to regulate work or housing could quickly morph into something much darker, targeting dissent, monitoring opposition, even shaping online speech. Once such powers are granted, history shows they are rarely surrendered. Supporters, however, argue there are benefits. They claim a digital ID could reduce illegal employment, streamline bureaucracy, and ensure fair access to housing and welfare. Some believe it would modernize Britain. But the real question remains, do these potential gains outweigh the risks to our freedoms? Let's paint a picture of what life might look like under this scheme. Scenario 1, a digital ID becomes the gateway to every service. Refuse to comply and you are locked out of jobs, housing, and healthcare. Scenario 2, a two-tier society emerges. Those with easy access to digital tools thrive, while others are pushed to the margins. Scenario 3, the data collected is commercialized, used not just by government, but by private companies for advertising. Or worse, Scenario 4, security breaches put millions at risk overnight. Now I want you to imagine your own life under these conditions. How would it feel to have every step monitored, every choice recorded? Do you trust the government to protect such a system from misuse? Or do you believe that once this door is opened, it can never be closed? Again, I want you to share your perspective in the comments. Your story could resonate with thousands of others watching. So what can you do? First, stay informed. Follow updates from independent outlets and question every announcement. Second, take part in the national conversation. Pressure your representatives to guarantee transparency and safeguards. Third, demand clear legal frameworks. Who holds your data, how long it is kept, and how it can be challenged. At its core, this isn't just about technology. It's about freedom versus control. Trust versus surveillance, choice versus compliance. Do we want a society where the state serves its people, or one where the people are managed by the state? As we close, let me ask you one final question. If you had the choice between an optional digital ID or sticking with traditional paper documents, which would you choose and why? Drop your answer in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to England. Now 7 and hit the notification bell, because this story is only just beginning and we'll be here to cover every twist and turn. Sources used for this report: Reuters, Financial Times, Big Brother, Watch This Is England. Now 7 reminding you that the future of freedom depends on the choices we make today. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and stay free.